Hello there. I have a great recipe to share with you today. You know how I love Mexican food. Well, this is kind of along those lines. It's got Mexican flavors in it. So for me, that is so good. I've told you before, I think I could probably eat Mexican food every day. And Kyle likes it too. Not quite as much as I do, but he does like it. So the important thing about this recipe though is that it is so quick and easy. It's a great recipe when you're cooking for two, and it's so good for you. It's a salad. It is a stacked Southwestern salad, okay? And tonight I'm not putting any meat in it, but if you would like to add some protein, some grilled chicken or roasted chicken or even a rotisserie chicken, some turkey, anything like that would be perfect if you wanted to add that into the recipe. But I'm gonna do it just without any meat, okay? And what we're gonna do first is we're going to take 4 corn tortillas, and I'm going to cut these in thin slices. I want to stack them up kind of where they're similar in size so that they cut even. And I like to use my pizza cutter when I do something like this because it just makes it so easy, and it kind of helps me to keep them more even. You want them to be even because you want them to all cook the same. You don't want some of them to burn and others not even be done yet. So that's what I do. You can use a knife if you're more comfortable with a knife. So what we're going to do is we want to cut these into thin strips. So I'm just going to take my pizza cutter, and that's what I'm going to do. You know, you can go as fast or as slow as you want. I kind of like to go slow because it helps me to keep them more even. Whichever way you do it, just be careful. Make sure you keep your fingers back. See, I got that one a little bit wide. Just cut them in some nice thin strips. I also have gotten a pan ready, and I put a little bit of olive oil on it, and I'm just going to kind of rub that in a little bit just because I don't want these to stick to my pan. Okay, so I'm going to rub that in just a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to take these tortillas strips, and you want to kind of don't pile them up. They don't have to be exactly, you know, in a row, but you don't want to pile them up on top of each other because they won't cook even that way. Okay, we'll get them a little bit closer together because we've got a few more to put on there. This is one of those things that, you know what, if you love these and you want to do more, go ahead, do more. Like I always say, your kitchen, you can do what you want. Okay. Let me scoot these a little bit closer. I'm gonna put them in here. You definitely want to use the corn tortillas, not flour ones, because your corn ones are just going to have that really nice crunch to them that you need. I'm going to just drizzle a little bit of olive oil over these. Okay, and then I'm going to, again, just kind of take my hand, kind of rub that around, make sure all of them get just a little bit of it. And like I said, I've had my oven preheating to 400. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in the oven, and I'm not going to sprinkle them with salt until I pull them out of the oven. When they're hot, that's when I'm going to put that salt on them, so as they cool off, they'll retain that salt. So here we go. Our tortillas are in the oven cooking, and you need to let those cook for about 10 to 12 minutes. Just be sure and check them, because you know all ovens are different, so just check them, make sure they don't get too brown. But you should be able to smell them too as they start cooking. They smell so good. So now we're going to go ahead to the next step, and we're going to combine some chili powder. We're going to use about 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Again, Kyle and I like heat. If you're not a big fan of heat, you might want to stick to just 1 teaspoon of the chili powder. Okay, we're going to take the zest of a lime. We're going to actually get about a half of a teaspoon. Normally, I don't ever put as much as I would like of the lemon zest or lime zest into a recipe, just because Kyle's not a big fan of citrus. So I have to kind of really hold back. But by all means, if you like it, put it in there, because it adds such a taste of freshness. It is so, so good. Okay, that's probably all I'm going to do just to be safe. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Okay, I'm going to add some salt and a little bit of pepper. Okay, and now I'm going to take my lovely garlic press, and I'm going to press some garlic in here, a couple of cloves, get that out, perfect. Okay, now we'll do these. Whoops. Okay. Now we're just going to mix all this together. And the smell of this is almost like perfume. I mean, chili powder, garlic, lime. Oh, this is so, so good. So now we're going to get our romaine ready for our salad. That's kind of the base. We're going to start with romaine and tomatoes. And I have already washed mine, and I've got it in my salad spinner, and I kept it in there because I wanted you to see this. I love this salad spinner. I've had it for years. I actually got it at, I think it was it Macy's before they closed down. And what I love about it is that it will collapse, and so it doesn't take up hardly any room in your cabinets. But this is the little, you rinse it off, you put it down in there, and it has a pull string, and that's how you get it to spin all the water out. And it is amazing, if you've never used one of these, it is amazing how much liquid comes off of this. So it's definitely worth doing. All right, so I'm going to get our romaine out, because I want to do probably about 4 cups. For me and Kyle, I'm going to do about 4 cups of romaine. And I just kind of put this all in a stack. You know, you can do it how you want, but I just do like a rough chop. And so I just stack it together. Just be very careful where your fingers are. And then I just come in and I start chopping it. Some people like to do it with their fingers, you know. Some people don't want to do it with a knife, but that's kind of how I do it, especially right now. Usually, you know, I want to get it done. So we're going to put that in the bottom of our bowl. I'm going to do a little bit more. You know, I'm not a measurer, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it. But if you want to measure it, like I said, probably about 4 cups. Okay, get that chopped up. I'm smelling my tortilla strips. I need to check them. You don't want to chop this up too small. You want it to be a little bit, you know, kind of rustic looking. I think that looks good, about 4 cups of lettuce. Now I'm gonna go ahead and chop up 2 tomatoes. I've got some Roma tomatoes. It doesn't really matter. You know what? You just find a tomato that looks good. It looks like it actually has some taste. That's what matters. And again, we're just gonna kind of do a rough chop on these. Don't wanna get them too small. Okay, I'm gonna put those right on top of that. And you're gonna see, not only is this salad delicious, it is beautiful. That's why I have it in a clear bowl. The only deep clear bowl that I had is a trifle bowl, which is fine, and I actually love it because it's cute. It's on a little pedestal. But if you just have a clear bowl, and if you don't, it's okay. It's gonna taste the same, but when you put it in a clear bowl, it's just a beautiful presentation because you can see all the layers. And that's another thing too. You wanna make sure as you put your layers in that you have, like these tomatoes, you want to make sure from the outside that you can see them. So spread them out good. Okay, this is so pretty. It looks so good. I love it. What we're going to do now is we're going to get ready for the next layer. So I have a can of black beans that I have rinsed them and drained them. So I'm going to put those in this glass dish here. All right, now I have about a half a cup, a little bit more than that because we love salsa. And I'm going to put half of that in with my beans, and our little seasoning that we mixed up, I'm going to put about half of it in there, okay? Then I'm going to stir this up. Get that good and mixed in. Now I'm going to add, this is our next layer. So I'm going to take these beans and I'm going to put them all in there like that. Don't worry about the bowl, we're going to use it again. So let's spread these out. Remember, you want to get it up close to the edge so that you're going to be able to see all these beautiful layers. I want to put a little bit of salt before we go on. All right, we got that. Now we're going to put, we have 2 cups of corn. We're going to take our corn and we're going to put half of our corn. Okay, we're just making another layer. So let's spread that corn out. Now we're going to take, we have a can of pinto beans that have been washed or rinsed and drained. I'm going to add those into the bowl. I'm going to add the rest of our salsa, rest of our seasoning. Okay, I'm going to mix that one up good. So important to always remember to season all of your layers. I'm going to add a little salt to our corn. Give that a stir. Okay, now we're adding another layer. Put all of our beans in there. All of this smells, it's so good. Okay, let's push them out there to the edge. Okay, we're going to do another layer of corn. We'll use all of our corn. Let's spread that out good. Okay, a little bit of salt. Got our corn. We're going to do one more layer of salsa. I have some sour cream in a bowl. And I'm going to just kind of doctor it up just a little bit. So I'm going to take a lime and I'm going to squeeze just a little bit of lime juice in here. Don't tell Kyle. We're going to put a little bit of lime juice. Also, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more chili powder in there. Not only is that going to just amp up the flavor, but it's also going to look really pretty to have those red speckles in that sour cream. So now I'm going to do my best to stir this up in this teeny tiny little bowl that I put it in. go. And we're gonna put that on top. This is gonna be the icing on the cake. See how pretty that is with those speckles in it? It's so pretty. That just says flavor. Okay, so now we're gonna add the sour cream. If you're not a sour cream fan, you can just omit this part. Although, I can't imagine anybody not being a sour cream fan, but I know they're out there. Had one in my family, Jade, he did not like sour cream. This is not the prettiest thing ever, but we're gonna cover it up. You just mainly want it to look good on the outside. Go ahead and get all that out. Okay. Last thing that we're gonna do is, before we put the tortillas, we're gonna go ahead and slice up an avocado. Okay. Neat thing to do with an avocado, the quickest way for me to chop it up, just leave it in the shell or the skin. Okay, you're gonna go in, you're gonna put slices right down there, turn it, then you're gonna go the opposite direction with more slices. Okay, then you're gonna take your spoon, you're just gonna scoop it right out. Okay, and I'll break all that up in just a second. I'll do the second half. Okay, now let's add it to the top. All right, now we'll break this up a little bit so we can make it nice and pretty. That is so beautiful. Okay, now with the avocado, you do want to do just a little drizzle of lime on there. If I can get it any more to come out, I may have to put it in my squeezer again, in my juicer, because you want to have just a little bit of juice, because that will help keep that avocado from turning brown so quick. Okay, I think I got it all. A little bit of salt. I think I'm going to do a little bit more. A little bit of pepper. Okay, now the fun part. What you want to do is you want to take your tortilla strips and you want to just crunch them right on top of there. You can crunch them as fine or, you know, as you like. I try to keep mine in like little bite-sized pieces, but some larger ones kind of get loose in there. But this is really key to your salad, because this is going to give you that texture that you need, that give you that bite when you're chewing, that's just going to be delicious. As far as the salad, look how beautiful this salad is. This is what you call a showstopper. Not only is it delicious, but look at that. To have just at home cooking for two, or if you went to some kind of a dinner or a potluck, this would be amazing to take, because it's, like I said, it's just beautiful. Okay, scoop out a little bit more now. The other bowl. Wow, doesn't that look good? Look at that. That, my friend, is deliciousness. It smells so good. Okay, and this one is mine. So I'm gonna put a little bit more lime juice on mine because I love lime. All right, now I'm gonna give it a taste. Okay. You know, I gotta have the perfect bite. I think this is it. Oh my goodness. So many times I wish you could just have some of this. You could pull up a chair and we could eat together because this is delicious. I know you're gonna want, go to my website, cookingfor2.com, so you can get this recipe because you're gonna wanna fix it. Easy, perfect for summertime. It's light and fresh and delicious. Hope you picked up something today that you didn't know before that you can take and use in your kitchen. Lord bless you. Look at that. That is so